West Ham Fan TV, still outside the bowling ground, joined by one of our regulars from Amberchat. Tom, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, pretty good, mate, really. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I tell you what, half time he only bought me a beer and a fucking hot dog.
That's it, mate. It's all
fucking legend, mate.
That's what it's all about.
Right, let's talk about the game.
As long as you don't want my hot dog, mate.
No, later, mate. Listen, let's talk about the game. First half, we were talking at half time, and you looked very upset.
No, I was just saying that the thing is, once the red card happened, you know, they put 10 men, well, they had 10 men behind the ball, and then they had 9 men, everyone behind the ball, you know, and I said, have we got enough to unlock their sort of locker, like, you know, because, you know, and lucky enough, we got the lucky break in the second half, didn't we, with the first goal with Antonio. I mean, I didn't know he went in, to be honest, at first, but...
I was saying to Jay, the second half, I was saying to Jay, when that went in, I was just before that, I was saying, Antonio's been very quiet, and then bang. Scores that header, and you're the same. I thought it went wide.
It was an Andy Carroll goal, wasn't it? Really, it was an Andy Carroll goal. Antonio, you know what? Good on Antonio.
I mean, someone interviewed just before there. Someone said Antonio, he's like the complete player. Would you agree with that?
I choose Antonio any day of the week over Moses. I'm sorry, Moses. You've got to go back to Chelsea, really, haven't you? Really?
I think he's proved a lot of people wrong, including myself. I wasn't a big fan of him at first, but fair play to him. Fair play.
No, you know, Antonio, he's waiting for his chance. You know, with injuries and things in the squad. And you know what? I mean, what's that? 4 or 5 assists now, and 3 or 4 goals. Yeah. You know, you can't drop him. You cannot drop. Antonio is an integral part of our squad now. He really is. I would choose Antonio over Moses any day of the week.
I mean, second half. Knocking on the door. Noble had a good chance. Great strike. Great save as well.
No, yeah, fair play, Noble. And you know what, Noble for the first goal set the first goal, didn't he? With his thing. Noble had a good game, and and obviously, as you said, he had a chance, and he had an okay game. Everyone's on Noble's back at the moment, but no. And
I don't understand that, do you?
No, I don't. And at the end of the day, on Amberchat, I mean, I feel like Noble's not the best player in the team, but you know, I think Noble would take on the chin if he obviously had to get dropped for anyone else. But he's been selected and he's stepping up to the plate, you know. And the last 3 or 4 performances he put in, you can't drop him.
I totally agree with what you said there. I mean, I say it on post-match pint we do. It's all right having the superstar midfielders, but sometimes you need that heartbeat. He might not be the best player, but you need that.
You're right, mate. In the day, like you look at Song, you look at Kyoto, you look at Obeng. Any one of them 3 players, in my opinion, it's just my opinion, is better than Noble.
Yeah.
But in the day, he's come on today. He's put in what, a 7, 8. Yet again, he's put in a sort of 7, sort of top 8, sort of out of 10 sort of performance. Yeah. And you know what? He's been really sort of. He's been that sort of performer every sort of game. He gives you that sort of every game. You know, he's set the first go up. You know, as you said, he had that chance. He's had a good game, Noble. You know, and next game you can't drop him. Southampton away, you can't drop him.
And I think it definitely proved we missed him at Liverpool in the cup.
You did, yeah. And I don't. What was that with him in the cup?
I think he just had the flu or something.
Yeah, flu. And fair enough.
I think he pulled a Nicky. He pulled a Nicky. Nicky's in Florida.
Nicky's in Florida on the beach.
We're out here in the freezing.
Have you got the old shots? Apparently, the old shots in his speedos. Is it?
Oh yeah. I'll show you them later, mate. Right up his crack.
But no. Today it's a professional performance. You know, I thought it was going to be a tough game. It was a tough game. You know what? And fair play to Aston Villa. You know they've come away today. You know they've lost 2-0 away. It's what I mean. We've been up to that sort of way. It's 2.5 hour, 3 hour sort of, well, 2.5 hour drive. No, fair play to them. You know they're all about singing, set the ball. You know, we've been there with West Ham. We've all been there. You know, it's absolutely horrible feeling. I mean, now they're 13 points adrift at the bottom of the table. You know, and fair play to their fans. They've had what 1,500, 2,000 today. Fair play to their fans. You know, and end of the day, you know, I wish you luck in the championship, and I hope you come up. You know, but
I remember last time you said that, Tom, at Newcastle, mate. Yeah. You got death threats.
I got death threats, you know, but you know that's the way it goes, isn't it? You know, at the end of the day, with the Newcastle sort of thing, it come across. I was meaning to say like they're the sort of small club mentality, but it come. You know, had a few drinks, come out. Someone got knocked out of a bottle, you know. But end of the day, no. But Aston Villa, fair play to their fans, you know. They're singing all the way to the end, and you know.
But check Kyoto right at the end, finish it 2-0, game over, 3 points.
Yeah, 3 points. You know, I said to myself, the guy next to me, I said, he's not going to pass that. He's not going to pass it. And lucky enough, he just went in under the bar, didn't it? Just went in the top of the net. And that's it. 2-0, game over.
Tom, 3 points, mate. Thank you so much for joining us, mate. The most loved man in Newcastle. Come on.